Now you shall perish! Gotcha! Here comes the catch! I'm going in! You're in toast! Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal! Everybody stand! Things are about to get dicey. Busted! Shine down! Now you shall perish! Transcend all constraints! To oblivion! Positions! I see everything! Share my knowledge! Spring forth! Propagate! Allow me! Billowing surge! Trust and rebuild! All eyes on me! Remember to memory! Make yourselves at home! A freshman positions! Bring that in! Okay, battle! Allow me! Let's play freely! Propagate! Scatter! All my strength! This dance is for you! I see everything! Spring forth! Time to switch tactics! Share my knowledge! Committed to next, hold the line! Let's move on! Covenant of the Deep! There is no it! Let's light it up! Teamwork is true! Eat this! Game's up! Sun's over! Shine down! Now you shall perish! Everybody stand! Busted! Inazuma shines eternal! Let's light it up! Teamwork is illusion shattered! All my strength! We'll meet again. Positions. Hey.
Spring forth! Propagate! Scatter!
Allow me. Booba, get them. Quietly now. Let's light it up. Now you shall perish. Teamwork is dreamwork. Here comes the cash. Busted. Nice and spicy. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down. Gotcha. Going in. Eat this. Game's up. Time's over. Now you shall perish. There is no escape. Teamwork is strength. Quiet now. Here comes the cash. Joy toast. Torn to oblivion. Temple of Wisdom.
Propagate! Germinate!
Rest and rebuild. Dance with the waves. Everyone hold hands. Permanent ultra deep.
And that is going to be it for this Spiral Abyss video. As always, I am going to be showcasing my builds. But first off, the reason why I have Amber here is to show the raw stats of my characters. And as well as a future hint of my next video, so just stay tuned for that. But, yeah. Well, if you want to know the reason why the Spiral Abyss is basically the same video as my commentary video, that's because it is. It literally is. But since I did not showcase my build for the Spiral Abyss commentary video, might as well showcase it here and then bring up some musical flair to it. So yeah, you can basically just hear Kirby music while I beat the Spiral Abyss floor. No, anyways, without any further ado, it's time to showcase my builds. So, let's bring up the character tab and see what we have. Well, the first character that is in the first half is Raiden Shogun. So, as you can see here, pretty high energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage is pretty good. She has electro damage as well. Her weapon is the Engulfing Lightning. It is her best 5-star weapon, and I use it a lot. If you are trying to get a good free-to-play weapon for her, the catch is pretty good as well. You can give her the catch to basically boost her damage if you do not have the Engulfing Lightning. But the Engulfing Lightning is her best weapon if you ever want to know. And then the catch is her best free-to-play weapon. As for artifacts, I have 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. It is her best set, best support set, best sub DPS set, best DPS set. There's no other set you would run on her. As for constellations, I have C0 because I am not a whale, but I am planning to get her to C2 because her C2 is pretty busted. So yeah. And then for her talents, I have 10, 10, 10. I basically maxed her out. I use her too much, so yeah, might as well just max her out in general. So yeah, there is my Raiden. Pretty good OP DPS. Yeah, that's basically her role. The next character I have is, well, if I can find her, Yelan! Yeah, she replaced Xingqiu in the national team, only because she has a bow. Yeah, you have to use a bow character for the Aeon Blight Drake, so what other better bow character that you can bring than Yelan, one of the best sub DPSs in the game. So yeah, well, as you can see here, crit damage is pretty good, energy recharge is high for a reason. HP is also pretty high as well, so that she could do a bunch of damage. As for her weapon, we have Aqua Simulacra, which is probably her best bow. Her best free-to-play bow, in my opinion, I think, has to go to the Stringless. Yeah, the Stringless is probably going to be her best free-to-play bow, but the Aqua Simulacra is her best bow, if you ever are going to be running a Yelan. So yeah, you have two options. So yeah, more options on the table to increase your Yelan. As for artifacts, we have 4-piece of Emblem of Summer Fate. It is the best sub DPS set in the game. This set is just way too broken. Just basically stack a bunch of energy recharge on your characters and you get burst damage up the wazoo. So yeah, that's why Yelan can hit 20Ks and such, just because of this. This is just way too broken. As for constellations, I have her C0. I am not a whale again. I'm not planning to get any constellations on her because she's already good right off the bat. And as for talents, 6, 7, 8, I am going to be planning to level this up to level 10 because I just use her way too much. And her burst is just her bee's knees. It is basically her main kit. So yeah, that is Yelan. Pretty cool. She basically pulled her weight in the Spiral Abyss. Pretty strong indeed. The next character, off the chopping block, is Xiangling, our girl. One of the best Pyro sub DPSs in the game, if not the best Pyro sub DPS in the game. She's just way too broken. She's a day 1 character and she's still broken to this very day. As you can see here, her crit rate, crit damage is pretty average. Her energy recharge is pretty high. As you all know, high energy recharge means there's only one artifact set I would ever run on her. But to that later. The weapon that I have on her is the catch. It is her best weapon ever. Just run it. It's really good. There's no other weapon you would run. But if Raiden runs the catch, then you could just run Dragon's Bane. That's also pretty good as well. But the catch is her best weapon. Just give the catch to her and she basically performs really well. As for artifact set, 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. Again, the best sub DPS set in the game. Yeah, just run it if you ever want to make your character a sub DPS. As for constellations, I have her C6. I mean, she's been out day 1, so basically getting constellations for her was pretty easy. And then as for talents, we have 6, 9, 11. So yeah, I basically maxed her out on Pyro NATO. But I am planning to get her to level 90 so I can level 13 this, because Pyro NATO is just too broken. But yeah, there is Xiangling. Pretty cool character. If you don't have Xiangling builder, she is actually extremely good. And last but not least, we have our boy Bennett, the leader of Benny's adventure team. As you can see here, his max HP is pretty okay. He basically gets the job done anyway with his HP. His energy recharge is also pretty high so that I can get his burst immediately. His weapon is the Skyward Blade. This is basically his best 5-star weapon, just because it has energy recharge and high base attack. If you want an even higher base attack, you could run Aquilia Favonia, which is basically the crit damage, well, not the crit damage, the physical damage sword. But if you want energy recharge and base attack at the same time, this is basically his best weapon. If you do not have this weapon, then Festering Desire is his other best weapon in the game. So yeah, just run Festering Desire. And if you do not have that, since that is a year 1 weapon, and maybe some people haven't played this game in year 1 and can't get the Festering Desire, Then his third best weapon is the Favonius Sword. So yeah, so in order, Skyward Blade, Festering Desire, and Favonius Sword. So yeah, and also Sack Sword is also pretty good too, but Favonius Sword is better just because you can get more energy particles. As for artifact set, we have 4-piece Noblesse, 4-piece Noblesse Oblige, which is his best set. There's no other set you would run. He's basically made for this set, basically to buff his party members' attack. As for constellations, I have him C5. The reason why I don't have him C6 is because C6 kind of sucks. It basically increases pyro damage for your other characters, as well as infusing their weapons with pyro, meaning that he is basically only exclusive for pyro teams. So if you do not want your Bennett to be a pyro team person, just keep him at C5 and never make him C6. That is basically it. And as for talents, 6, 9, 11. Again, I am going to be leveling up to level 90 so I can make this max so that I can deal as much damage as possible. But yeah, that is the first half team. Pretty cool. It's literally just the Raiden National Team, but with Yelan. And the second half is the Nilou Bloom Team. So let's start off with the poster girl of that team, Nilou. As you can see here, Nilou's HP is pretty high. Her energy recharge is also pretty high too, so that she can get her burst immediately. As for her weapon, I have the Iron Sting on her. It is her best sword, best free-to-play sword. Her other best sword is the Key, which is basically her main weapon. So it's the Key and then the Iron Sting. The Iron Sting is a free-to-play weapon you can use by crafting. Yeah, you can literally craft this weapon and then Nilou becomes good right off the bat. So yeah, just give her the Iron Sting. You don't really need the Key to make her really good. And as you can see in the Spiral Abyss, if you did look back, Nilou did way too much damage in the Nilou Bloom team. She's just way too broken. That's all I'm gonna say. As for artifacts, 2-piece Wanderers, 2-piece Tenacity. It is her best set. Yeah, there's really no other set. It's literally a free-to-play set. It's literally a cost-effective set too, because all you need to do is just grind 2 pieces of gear. And you get Wanderers by doing boss domains. You can also get Wanderers by doing bosses as well to grind materials, so you basically get this naturally in general. You can also run the other Elemental Mastery set as well. You can also run other 2-piece Elemental Mastery sets. It doesn't have to be Wanderers, but since I have a lot of Wanderer sets, I did just run Wanderer. And then Tenacity is just 20% HP. There's also another artifact set that also gives you 20% HP. You can just grind that instead. But the Millilith domain is pretty good, so that is why I just grinded on that domain. So yeah, as long as you have a 2-piece Elemental Mastery, 2-piece HP, you should be pretty fine. As for constellations, I have her C0. I'm not a whale. I don't plan on using Nilou for constellations. I'm just gonna keep her at C0, just because she's just there for her talent. So yeah. And then as for her talent, 6, 7, 6, pretty minimally built right there. Nilou is just way too good. If you are gonna be running the Nilou Bloom team, she's just extremely broken. The next member of the Nilou Bloom team is Nahida, the Dendro god. So yeah, as you can see here, her Elemental Mastery is pretty good. Her crit rate, crit damage is basically balanced. Her energy recharge, she doesn't really need that much energy recharge because her burst is cheap. As for her weapon, I have 1,000 Floating Dreams. If you want a free-to-play weapon that you could use on Nahida, it is the Magic Guide, which is a 3-star weapon that basically increases damage on affected Electro and Hydro enemies. So if you have Hydro or Electro affected on an enemy and then Nahida basically attacks them, she basically just increased damage. So yeah, you can just run either the Magic Guide or the 1,000 Floating Dreams, but obviously 1,000 Floating Dreams is her best weapon, so yeah. And since Nahida is out right now, at the time I'm recording this video, you could just run 1,000 Floating Dreams, you could just run that. But if you don't have enough Primo Gems for 1,000 Floating Dreams, you could just run Magic Guide, which is a 3-star weapon. As for artifact set, 4-piece Deepwood Memories, there's no other set you would run. This is basically her best set in general, just because she decreases Dendro Res, Her whole kit is about dendro damage. There's really no other set you would ever run. As for Constellations, I have her at C0. She's extremely, extremely, extremely good at C2. So if you are going to be a Nahida main, just get her C2 and you should be set. And as for talents, I have 6, 10, 6. Yes, I leveled this up to max because of how broken it is. It's extremely broken. Her E is her basically her bee's knees. It is basically what makes Nahida Nahida. So yeah, that is Nahida. Pretty cool. The best dendro character in the game by far. Yeah. And then next we have the Traveler, aka yourself. But the Traveler here has crit rate, crit damage, basically at a minimum. Energy recharge is pretty high as well. Dendro damage is also pretty good as well. As for his best weapon, Dendro Traveler's best weapon is Sax Sword. It is his best sword. If there's no other swords to run, then Favonia's sword should be fine as well. But Sax Sword is basically his main weapon. Just run the Sax Sword. It's extremely, extremely good. As for artifact set, I have Gilded Dreams. Really good. If you ever have a Dendro character with Deepwood already, then just run your other Dendro character with Gilded Dreams. It's basically the same thing as Alhaitham Nahida. You run Alhaitham with Gilded Dreams, and you run Nahida with Deepwood. It's the same thing with Nahida Traveler. You run Nahida with Deepwood, and you run Traveler with Gilded. So yeah, they work hand in hand together. So if you ever are going to be running double Dendro comps, then just give your other Dendro character Gilded Dreams and you should be benefiting really well. So yeah, that is why I gave my Traveler Gilded Dreams. As for Constellation C6, you basically get this for free. So basically you get a free C6 Traveler. Pretty cool. And then as for talent, 699. Pretty standard. It is just minimally built Traveler. So yeah, pretty cool. So there is Traveler. Pretty broken. If you ever run him, he's actually extremely good now because of Dendro reactions. So yeah, don't sleep on the Traveler. He's actually pretty good. And then the last character of the Nilou Bloom team is Sangonomiya Kokomi. So Kokomi here has pretty high HP. There's a reason why you should run a Kokomi with high HP. It's so that she could do more damage. Her energy recharge is not really that good, but she doesn't really need energy recharge since her main gimmick is to use her E and then use her Q when your HP gets low. So yeah, she doesn't really need that much energy recharge in the first place. As for the 4-star weapon I have on her, it's the Prototype Amber. If you do not have the Prototype Amber, then just run any other HP percent weapon. But Prototype Amber you should have right away, just because of it's a free-to-play crafting weapon. So just craft this and you should be fine. Kokomi basically becomes really good right off the bat if you have the Prototype Amber, which is craftable. So yeah, pretty basic to build. Kokomi doesn't really take that much investment to basically make her really good. But her best 5-star weapon is the Donut, obviously. The Donut is her best weapon. But if you don't have the Donut, then the Prototype Amber is your second best Donut. So yeah. As for artifact set, 4-piece Ocean Hued Clam. It is her best DPS set and her best sub DPS set. That is why I made Kokomi this sub DPS healer hybrid so that she can deal as much damage as possible. So you can either run this, but if you want a full-on support Kokomi, basically just making her have HP, then 4-piece Maiden is her best set. But this is basically her best set in general because she can heal and basically deal damage at the same time. So yeah, pretty good artifact set. As for Constellations, I have her C1. I didn't really mean to get her C1, but this basically forces me to change my playstyle for the Nilou Bloom team. Basically, I have to put Kokomi as the damage dealer. So yeah, it's a pretty weird thing that I have to do now for the Nilou Bloom team to squeeze out a bit of extra damage. But you don't really need her at C1, just keep her at C0. I only got her at C1 because I got really unlucky on the Dory summoning video. I am gonna link that, by the way. So yeah. And then as for talents, I have 688. It is basically kind of minimally built, but kind of maxed out. So yeah, there is Kokomi, and there is my whole team, as you can see there. Well, Anyways, thank you guys for watching this Spiral Abyss video. Like the video if you liked the video, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I upload get your videos once a week, so if you do like that sort of content, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to not miss out on a single upload that I upload. Also, comment down below, what do you think of this Spiral Abyss? Is it hard? Is it easy? What do you think of my teams in general? Do you think I should tweak them a bit? Do you think that they are pretty OP? Do you think they're fine? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next Genshin video.